Totally. Yeah. So, I guess how have you seen software sales evolve over the last few years? So, I think what you're touching on, and which I totally agree with, by the way, is that self-service is becoming a lot more relevant. It's been around, but I think these days a lot of people kind of want to figure out and get their questions answered on their own before they have to, go through that whole sales cycle. What are your thoughts on that?
For sure. Software, I mean, like it's changed quite a lot, right, in the last decade, right? I mean, if you look at it in the last few years itself, like it's dramatic. And then after the COVID, there's more of digital selling and digital buying that's a lot more accelerated, and people got used to it. So most importantly, what you would say is like, those discovery calls, what I was just talking about, right? Figuring out on the outbound is like there's a lot of research around how outbound is dying. So buyers today have like so many options quickly, right? So they look at any market, anything that you're doing, there are like five other people building similar things and similar products, a lot of options out there. So buyers are well educated, very smart about it. I mean, even before they talk to us sales, like I call them as a product specialist in some ways, the sales AEs are. So before they want to talk to someone, they've done the research around it. They've gone to the website, they've seen your product, they've educated themselves a little bit about it, learned a lot about your product from your documentations, community sites, maybe in the review sites, looked at
Yeah.
the marketplace sites as well. So they're well educated. They got recommendations from someone.
Yeah.
This has not been like that like few years back, right? So you will see this trend going upward quite a lot. So when buyers come very well educated, the buying software sales has to change a little bit, right? Firstly, you have to upfront provide as much data points about your product to your buyers, right? uh, your marketing website is really your biggest salesperson, right? People come to your website, they need to get educated. Like that's where it starts from. Then when you talk to a salesperson as well, they are not like traditional old school ways where you talk, qualify them, understand whether you fit in, right? Now they really want to talk to specialists, right? When your AEs have to be a more of a specialist. And I feel like more and more AEs will have their own assistants and agents to help them in these kind of calls and conversations as well. That's how I see it moving forward as well. And it's been changing. The paradigm has been shifting over the last few years completely. So you need to be the sales has to adapt to more like fundamentally like a smarter and educated buyers today in the market.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have to really kind of get ahead of it too, and really understand what your customers' needs are, why they're coming to you, what their problems are, and address those, openly on your website, right? So I think a lot of marketers sometimes don't do a very good job of maybe, addressing maybe some of the potential downsides of their product, even like we don't serve these types of people, we serve this specific type of person for this specific type of problem. If you have unanswered questions that aren't obvious on your website, that could actually be a turnoff for people as well too. If there's this big elephant in the room so they can't
Yeah.
figure it out yet, they're just going to say, I don't want to really go down this path and spend too much effort. I didn't get my main answer set I'm looking